I knew my job was secure, and then they fired me. I hear that all the time. And there's usually two reasons. The first reason, which rarely occurs, is that the president had to make a choice between himself and you. One of the two of you had to get fired, and the president made the obvious decision. It's going to fire you. More often, the problem is that your manager, your team leader, the president of the company had no clue what you've really contributed in the last year. You see, you expect them to remember that you've been working 8, 9, 10 hours a day, 6 days a week for the last year. Well, the fact of the matter is that they may be working in the same room with you, but what they see hits their eyeballs and blasts out the back of their head without ever hitting the gray matter in between. And so they don't know. There's a real simple solution to this. It doesn't work every time, but it works really well, and that is that you need to give a weekly report to your boss of the things that you've done that will help the company, the accomplishments you've had, the profits you've made, the customers you've helped, the other coworkers that you've helped, the projects you've worked on. Then on a monthly basis, summarize that, put the highlights. On a quarterly basis, do the same. And then, of course, a month before your annual review, you send an annual review to your boss and say, here's the things that I've worked on. And you know what? You're going to be one of the very few employees that has more input into your annual review than your boss does, because you're going to have given him the list of the things that you've worked on, and he's going to have to sort through a list of 100 different things to decide which are the most important ones to put on your job review. Isn't that great? For you to have a 100 or 200 long list of things you've done, and he's going to have to figure out what to cut out of it in order to put only the most important things on your job review. Well, guess what? Then when it's time to fire somebody, time to lay someone off, do you think he's going to fire you or the other two people who he doesn't quite know what they've done, but you? He can put a list together of the exact things you've done. Think about it. Then start giving that weekly, monthly, and quarterly list to your boss. I'm Brian Dilts. My website is howtoreallygetagreatjob.com and dilts.us.